Joining us now is a wonderful wordsmith, the great man himself, Kel Richards. I mean, Kel, I absolutely have a swear jar word at home called unprecedented. I think it's been flogged to death. But it's great to have you here. I mean, it's a new year. You've taken a look at some of the words that are actually being banished in 2023. And as a Capricorn, I'm offended about the first one, goat.
Let me tell you about it. At this time every year, start of every year, an American university puts out a list of banished words, and top of their list is this GOAT. It stands for greatest of all time. Now, it was coined back in 1965 by American sports journalists in a sporting sort of context. You know, Bradman was the GOAT of cricket or whatever. But just recently, it's taken off and gone viral because the flying thumbs of the texters have been using it all over the place to the point where it's now got our goat. And we actually think they're fed up with it, right? And they want this one banned. Let me give you some others. Number 2 on their list was the expression inflection point. Now, inflection point is actually a mathematical expression. Gary, don't ask me to explain the mathematical meaning because I can't. But it's been picked up by the management consultants, right? And management consultants, instead of saying turning point or tipping point, started saying inflection point because it sounded more important. And you paid a lot of money for their consultancy report. And this is one that should be banned. I mean, that's absolute rubbish, isn't it?
Well, it is, of course. Then there's quiet quitting. It's pretty trendy.
Oh, it is. And it's wrong. Quiet quitting describes a person who goes to work, sits at their desk and does as little as possible. I'm sorry, they're not quitting. Whatever they're doing, they haven't resigned. It's not quitting, it's slacking. So calling it quiet quitting is just a nonsense expression. It's just really, really very silly. The next one on their list is the word gaslighting. Now, you've come across this one, haven't you, Gary?
Of course I have, yes.
but the Americans are misusing it. Came from a 1944 movie called Gaslight, in which Charles Boyer persuaded Ingrid Bergman she was going nuts. And it's meant to mean if you are trying to make someone doubt their own feelings, their beliefs, their perceptions. That's what it's meant to be, so that they think, you know, I've got it all wrong. But it's now being used in America to mean any form of deception. You know, if you go down to the used car lot, the used car salesman comes out with a lot of rubbish and you say he's gaslighting me. No, that's not what it means. It's being misused, so it's got to go. It's in the paddock with the other banished horses. How about moving forward? Now, you'll remember this, right?
Yes.
Julia Gillard, 2010, chose moving forward as her slogan. Now, what I'm waiting for, Gary, is the politician who offers us as their slogan to be re-elected, moving backwards. That will impress me. Moving forward is just, it is such a silly tautology. It obviously refers to time, and time only goes in one direction. It only moves forward. It goes forward, 1 minute every 60 seconds. So it's one of those nonsense expressions. The last one on this list here really irritates me. It is the word irregardless. Now, irregardless is not a word. I mean, this is nonsense, isn't it? Someone has taken the word irrespective and they've added it to the word regardless. Now, what does irregardless mean? It means exactly the same as regardless. So it's listed in a few broad-minded dictionaries as being a non-standard usage. And that means basically if you're speaking proper English, this is not something you say. So would you agree that those words should be put out to pasture and not used for a fair while?
Well, I wish you luck, Kel, because I keep saying to any person around the age of 20 that I meet, look, unprecedented, I'm back to my word, right?
Yes.
Unprecedented, fair dinkum. Just because you haven't seen it before doesn't mean that it hasn't happened before. So don't use it. You know, this is the advice I'm giving. But people love these words and they become crutch phrases for people. And the language has gone awfully lazy.
It has. They become verbal tics. Now, you've nominated your own banished word. Yours is unprecedented. Can I nominate one? I want to nominate the word learnings for banishment. Learnings is rubbish. When people say learnings, they mean lessons. There are some learnings here for us. No. There's a perfectly good English word, lessons. That's the word you should use. You don't take the present continuous tense of a verb and stick an S on the end and pretend it's now a noun for lessons. So if we can ban all of these words on this list put up by this American university, plus your unprecedented and my learnings, we will have achieved a good deal, Gary.
It's the great 8 of banished words, I think.
Yes, it is.
Kel. That's
It
what
is.
we've come up with here. By the way, there's thousands of words in the English language people don't use on any given day. If it doesn't fit into 244 characters, a lot of people never use those words. It's pretty simple to
Exactly.
mine. Nice to talk with you. Thank you so
Lovely to
very,
talk to
very
you.
much, Kel Richards.